It started with a bark. Not the usual kind, this one was sharp, desperate, almost like a cry. At 6:47 a.m., just as the firemen of Station 14 were preparing for the morning shift, a stray dog stumbled into the parking lot. He was muddy, thin, limping slightly, and in his jaws, he carried something that made every man freeze, a child's bloodied shoe. Firefighter Joe Redding was the first to approach. A 12-year veteran and father of two, Joe had seen fires, floods, even a hostage rescue once, but nothing unnerved him like the sight of that small pink sneaker. It was tiny, no larger than the length of his palm, and spattered with dried blood. The dog, a scruffy German Shepherd mix, dropped it at his feet, looked up at him with pleading eyes, then barked again and began trotting away, only to turn and look back, as if asking them to follow. Without a second thought, Joe grabbed his gear and waved at his crew. "Let's follow him. Now." They didn't call dispatch right away. Something about the dog's urgency told them there wasn't time. The crew piled into the truck, with the dog leading the way. For nearly 15 minutes, they drove through backroads, alleys, and patches of woodland at the town's edge. It was a part of the county few people visited, abandoned, quiet, and forgotten. Eventually, the dog darted into a thick forest clearing. The firefighters followed on foot. The further they went, the quieter it became, until even the sound of their boots was swallowed by leaves and stillness. Then, from behind a fallen tree, they heard it, a weak, rasping whimper. Joe rushed ahead, and found her. A little girl, no older than 6, lay curled beneath the tree. Her clothes were torn, her knee bleeding, and her lips cracked from dehydration. She was shivering violently, barely conscious. Joe scooped her up in his arms while the others radioed for medical backup. She clutched his uniform, whispered a single word, "Ellie," and passed out. The dog sat silently beside them, tail wagging faintly, eyes never leaving the girl. The investigation. The girl's name was Lily Watkins. She had gone missing 48 hours earlier from a playground just 3 miles from her home. The entire community had been out searching, and her parents were nearly destroyed by the thought they might never see her again. When the news broke, it spread like wildfire. A stray dog led firefighters to a missing girl in the woods. But the story didn't end there. When investigators combed the area, they found signs that Lily hadn't simply gotten lost, there was evidence she'd been taken. Broken branches suggested a struggle, and items of hers had been scattered through the woods, almost as if she had tried to leave a trail. Authorities believed someone had lured her into a vehicle and later dumped her when they panicked due to the growing media attention. The dog, later named Hero by the local community, had likely been scavenging for food when he found her. Somehow, he stayed with her through the night, warding off wild animals, and in the morning, took the bloodied shoe and set out looking for help. How he knew where to go, or who to trust, was a mystery. But the fire station was his destination, and it saved her life. The aftermath. Lily recovered in the hospital. Her parents, overwhelmed with gratitude, visited Station 14 in person to thank every firefighter. But it was Hero who stole the spotlight. He never left her, Lily's mother said through tears. That dog was her guardian angel. The town rallied behind Hero. Local vets offered free care, the firehouse adopted him as their own, and kids from the neighborhood dropped off treats, toys, and hand-drawn thank you cards. Hero, once just another forgotten stray, became a symbol of loyalty, courage, and the mysterious intelligence animals often possess. But the story's heart wasn't just about Hero, it was about how instinct, heart, and community came together to do something extraordinary. The challenges they faced. The firefighters faced several challenges that day: the decision to follow a stray dog based on nothing but a hunch, the danger of navigating dense woods without knowing what they'd find, and the emotional weight of discovering a wounded child. For Joe, it was personal. He couldn't help but think of his own daughter, and the thought that someone could harm a child haunted him deeply. For Lily, survival itself was a miracle. She faced fear, isolation, and pain, yet she held on long enough for help to come. Her resilience became a point of inspiration for the entire community. And Hero, he fought hunger, injury, and exhaustion to save a child he didn't know. It was pure instinct, driven by something deeper than training, compassion. The message. This story teaches us that heroes come in many forms, not all wear uniforms, and some have 4 legs and a wagging tail. It reminds us to never ignore a cry for help, no matter how unusual it seems. Trust, courage, and love are powerful forces, and sometimes, they come to us from the most unexpected places. And maybe, just maybe, the world still has a little magic left in it, carried by muddy paws and a bloodied shoe.